What are their claims of mental illness and their long history of sexual abuse? Those details that were disclosed in court.
I don't know anything except what they said themselves. I know what you know. I have no personal knowledge of their history, so I know the lawyers in this case. They're good lawyers. I'm sure that there was a foundation, a basis for what they said, but obviously any claims of remorse that the defendants made to their lawyers were false.
Sheriff, can you speak on to how you feel that you heard what they said coming out here, that they wanted to kill again, getting them behind bars for life?
Well, as the solicitor said, I think their true colors came out once they hit the parking lot. Solicitor's office did a great job preparing for today. Solicitor Brackett and his team did an excellent job. And I thought they presented the facts as true and factual as they could have, even with the investigation. But I think their true colors came out once they stepped outside the courtroom.
What can we learn from this? Obviously, this is a very unique case in the way that he tracked these sex offenders. How do we go forward and learn something from this?
Well, I think it has brought to the forefront that our state sex offender register needs to be up to date and accurate. I think that helped us in solving this case and preventing another person to lose his life.
Do you think they need to be protected in some way after this crime?
Well, that's not for me to say. I think if they report the way that they should report and let us know where they are, where they're supposed to be, I think everything will be fine.
Sheriff, during court, they were smiling when they talked about killing the Parkers. They were smiling at each other. Have you ever seen anything like that, the brazenness of this couple?
Not since I've been sheriff. I think the judge saw that. He spoke of that in the courtroom. The solicitor and I made comment about that. I think that's just their true character.
Did the Moody's know the Parkers at all, or was this just somebody that they picked directly off the registry?
They had some acquaintance in the past. They knew that Mr. Parker was a shade tree mechanic, and they went there with the intentions to draw him outside to look at their car. They knew his good nature in the fact that they thought they could pull in there and he would come out and help them on the car. And that was their plan, and it worked.
So they picked up someone out that they knew that was a fairly good person and wouldn't be maybe pull a gun on them as opposed to something. That's right.
Do we know exactly how long they had been planning that they had been targeting Mr. Parker?
We were not able to establish that information in the investigation.
And I know that they mentioned, one of the things that was mentioned at the time that they were arrested was that they were involved in other crimes, other killings in South Carolina. Y'all have any evidence of that whatsoever?
No, sir. We talked with Solicitor Brackett. We looked into those allegations, and we were never able to determine any truth in their claims.
And one of the issues, one of the claims, we were able to sit down, review the case together, and come up with a couple of questions that the killer would have known if in fact they had been involved in it. And those questions were posed to Mr. Moody. He did not know the correct answer, and he should have had he really done those. So we think that was just bluster on his part, trying to make himself out to be some sort of public enemy number one.
Walking away from this, do you think justice was served for the family?
I think it was. I told them when we met, and they agreed, the Moody's have all eternity to be dead, but they can only suffer a lifetime of incarceration one time. So they're going to do that, and then the Lord will look after the justice in the great beyond. So right now they've got a lifetime in the South Carolina Department of Corrections to look forward to, and hopefully we can just forget about them after today and not give them any more consideration, because they don't deserve it.